ずっと胸に描き続けてたストーリーこの想いたきれ準備はできている震える胸耳を澄ましてずっとその時を待っている泣けることもあったけどその度にまた立ち上がれたまた強くなれた信じればいいさ今までよりも今の限界なんても優に超えろ始まるのさずっと胸に描き続けてたストーリーこの想いたぎれこの手にある切る二つ役握りしめて折れないハートで夢に向かうんだ
Hey guys, after much anticipation, here it is. The latest version of my Yuma Tsukumo theme deck. I'm sorry it's been such a long time. I've had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. Massive change in that I've become a dad since the last time I posted a video about this deck. So obviously first few months have been pretty chaotic, so yeah, as you can appreciate, I've had a lot of things on, but I haven't stopped collecting these cards, and I'm really excited to show you this version, and you'll be pleased to know I've also been working on version 6, which I've been posting a few preview videos on, but this is version 5 as it was. I wasn't able to post too many videos of how this one ran. It does run well. It is focused basically around the end of Season 1, Yuma's battle with Tron, and it involves sort of the ZR weapons, so hopefully you'll like it. I've got a side deck, main deck and extra deck for you, so I'll show you the main deck first. It's got several parts to it. So start off with 3 Gaga Magician. You know what he does? Alters the levels from 1 to 8. Very useful for numbers. 3 Gaga Gardener. I run 3. You'll see why I run 3 of these. 2 Gaga Girl. 2 Gaga Kaiser. And 2 Gaga Clark. The reason why I run so many Gaga monsters is mostly because of this guy, because his effect requires me to remove a monster from the grave, and then I can change the level of any other Gaga monster on the field. The main one it combos with is Gaga Clark, because you can special summon this when you've got another Gaga monster on the field, and then remove a monster, change these two into the same level, and then overlay with them. Also works with Gaga Gardener, because I can special summon this during the during the battle phase of my opponent, normal summon this, and then change both their levels. That's why I run 3 Gaga Gardener in this particular version of the deck. The main use of these basically combo together, and these combo together. The main use of these are to summon levels 5 and 6s. So Lio Arms, Volcasaurus, Crimson Armor Ninja, those sorts of monsters. Who else is there? Chronometer Atlantis. Very, very good cards. These two obviously work in the same way that they always have. Summon a Gaga Magician, special summon a Gaga Girl through things like Gaga Revenge and Monster Reborn, and then make those to the same level. Also you get Gaga Girl's effect off to make a special summon monster's effect attack 0. So yeah, very, very good. Lots of Gaga monsters, but there's lots of Gaga support as well. thank you as well to Konami for making this ultimate rare, because it's just amazing. It looks so good. Right, next up we have 1, 2, 3 Go-Go Giant. These are the Go-Go versions of the deck. 2 Go-Go Ghost, and just 2. Oh, where's the other one? Just 2 Go-Go Golem. Go-Go Giant is in there because, as I say, this deck is mostly focused around the ZR weapons, and requires me to get out Utopia very quickly. And Go-Go Giant's a really good way of doing that, to special summon a Go-Go monster. Go-Go Ghost also special summons Go-Go Golem when it's special summoned. So through Giant I can get 3 level 4s out, which is really good, and also gives me instant access to my 3 level 4 ranks, which is we've got the Shockmaster as well, which is very, very good, and Thunder Spark Dragon as well, so I can get both of those out. But the main idea of this combo particularly is to get out Hope or Utopia, so I can use the ZR weapons. So yeah, very, very good there. 2 Dodo Warrior, new in the Yu-Gi-Oh! ZL tins. Very, very good card for stopping recruiters like Shining Angel. Would have stopped Sangan when he was about, but the main reason I run 2 of these, I will run probably Dodo Buster when it comes out. But the main reason I run 2 of these is because because they're level 6, and I can remove them in the grave to make Chronomaly Atlantis, who's a very powerful numbers, and I can also make a Gauntlet Shooter when he comes out. So it's very useful that he's a level 6. But aside from that, I can normal summon him, make him 1800, so he's not dead in my hands as a tribute monster. And as I say, stop recruiters and things that happen in the grave as well. So near all effects that activate in the opponent's grave, so it stops things like Necro Gardener as well. So yeah, good card. A bit situational, but pretty good for a theme card. 2 Goblinberg. Yuma uses this a lot in Season 4 to, again, get out Utopia very quickly. So that's what this is for. Not more needs to be said than that, other than the fact that it's a warrior, which is good for Heroic Champion. I run 1 full elf in this version. It's removed in later versions, but this is particularly good for getting out. Again, it's a level alterer. I run a lot of level 3s, so I can make him level 5 very quickly, and then I can overlay with him. I can also make him level 6 very quickly. I also make a level 8, not that I've got level 8. I'm making a level 7 as well with my level 5 monsters in my hand. So things like my ZR weapons in my hand aren't dead. They're still useful with full elf. So yeah, he's got uses for now. It's hard keeping them on the field sometimes, but yeah, I can always monster reborn him. So yeah, I run 1 full elf in this version. Now for the much talked about ZR weapons: 2 Lightning Blade, 1 Tornado Bringer, and 1 Ultimate Shield. I want to add another Tornado Bringer in my version that I had online. I had a second Tornado Bringer. I'd like to get another one, but I haven't got one yet. I need to trade for one. I didn't think they'd be that difficult to get, but so imagine there are 2 Tornado Bringer in here. Yeah, I run these as my ZR weapons. Again, they're level 5, so they're good for removing for Gaga Kaiser if I've got one in the grave. Remove the Gaga Kaiser, make Gaga Clark and Gaga Kaiser level 5, overlay into Leo Arms, equip it to Hope. Really, really good cards. Ultimate Shield's good as well. I like this for returning Xyz removed from play with Dimensional Prison or Bottomless Trap Hole. Gets him back in defense mode, and especially if it's Utopia, because I can pump his defense up then. So Yeah, it's a good card. Remember that Leo Arms can detach and search out one of these. So I can always go. I've done this before where I've summoned Gaga Clark and Gaga Kaiser, removed a ZR weapon, made Leo Arms, detached, got ultimate shield, then next turn, or even if I special summoned on that turn, summoned ultimate shield, got back Utopia, equipped it. It's a very, very good combo that I can sort of pull out of nothing, really, which is what this deck needs to do to catch up sometimes. So that's the ZR weapons, and that's all of the monsters. Magics, we got 3 Gaga Revenge, just a special summon Gaga monsters. Another ultimate rare, 2 Gaga Bolt. For now, that's my only sort of form of magic and trap removal as well. So 1 Monster Reborn as Yuma plays, and 1 Gaga Draw. You can see I run very, very few magics in this version. Less reliant on the Yuma's later decks seem less reliant on support magics like Double or Nothing and Ego Boost, and rely more on his own monster effects. So I tend to move that way with the deck as well. Instead of using power-up cards like Yuma does, I'm focusing more on getting out those rank XCs and using my monster effects for that purpose. Gaga Draw is good for getting out, for sort of getting those Gaga Clarks that are no longer any use. I can get those out of my grave. It's quite easy to build them up as well. So this card is quite good. It's a good good draw card. Obviously, Monster Reborn staple, but Yuma used it anyway. Yeah, so that's my minimal monster lineup. Just a lot of revival and a bit of destruction there as well. A bit of draw power. Traps, 2 XE Reborn. Don't need to say more about that. Particularly good in this version because I can summon Leo Arms, XE Reborn, get back Utopia, and then equip it, or vice versa. For like Utopia, get back Leo Arms, equip it, detach, get a ZL weapon, equip ZL, Leo Arms, equip the ZL weapon. Really, really good way of getting that back. 1 XE Reflect, still doing so well. This card just catches people off guard so many times. And 2 Impenetrable Attack, again a very minimal trap lineup. I know on Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia it says that Yuma uses Mirror Force and Bottomless Trap Hole, and Call of the Haunted as well, I think. But although I have the option to use those because I use them in the manga, I don't particularly want to use them because the idea of a theme deck for me is using cards I don't normally use. I know I've got Monster Reborn in here, but in general it's using cards that I don't normally use. If I'm flipping Bottomless Trap Hole and getting their monsters removed that way, it sort of takes the shine away from other cards in my deck. So I'm not running many staples in here. In the next few sets, Yuma's trap lineup gets a massive boost, so this will get better, but for now these are my traps. And as I said, I've got such a high monster count, my magical trap lineup has to be quite small. Side deck, Stinging Swordsman's been replaced with the Chuck Archer, which is a really, really good card. It's a tribute monster, which is a bit sad, but I can destroy a spell or trap once per turn. I side in against burn decks, trap heavy decks that run a lot of stalling cards, which usually gives me time to tribute anyway, because if I set a monster, very often those decks don't have much to attack with anyway. 2 Overlay Owl. I've dropped Overlay Eater in favour of a second one of these, just to pay 600 life points, and nick an XE from something like a Zen Mains, which they're trying to stall with. Still overlay into Utopia as well. Again, for burn decks, Damage Mage, which I can use to recover life points that I get that get taken back from me. So ZR Weapon, Unicorn Spear, from nasty monster effects. Again, I can replace something like Ultimate Shield with this. not lose the consistency. The Tasuke monsters, although the name's changed in English, I've got Tasuke Knight and Bacon Saver, or Taskeleton in Japanese. These are for things like Dark World and cards, decks that discard. I can chuck them in the grave pretty quick, get their effects off straight away, and potentially save my game. So that's the effect monster lineup for my side deck. I also run in the side deck Mashimaku and Shockmaster. Again, these can be replaced with any cards in my extra deck. Mashimaku is for decks that change and alter their attack. I can take advantage of their effects, do some nice burn damage and increase his attack. And Shockmaster can replace Thunderspark Dragon in my extra deck for decks that run a lot of traps, but don't run a lot of removal traps. So again, or run sort of a lot of monster effects, but not a lot of traps like Mermails. It's a good card. Whether I swap it out for for Thunderspark Dragon in the main deck, I don't know yet. It depends which one becomes more useful. But anyway, I've got that option there. So that's those two. An extra Gaga Bolt, again for stall decks, people that run Messenger Piece, really screws me over. So I need to be able to get rid of that. So yeah, third Gaga Bolt. Think of that as like a third MST really. 2 Fiery Fervour, again for decks that alter their attack and defense. Works well with things like Dark World. We run Gates, just pump up by 200. I can flip this and get more attack. And 1 Damage Die again for burn decks. Pretty good card. Finally, the extra deck. This is really, really good. So I've got 2 Utopia. I don't really need 3, because if I'm having to go through all 3 Utopia, chances are I'm probably not going to win the game anyway. And 1 Utopia Ray. I've got Ultimate Rare one there. Thank you to my brother. So that's the Utopia cards. I run numbers 11, Big Eye, 6, Chronomaly Atlantis, 61, Volcasaurus. Thank you for bringing this out. Really, really good card. I hope it doesn't get banned. Number 12, Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja. Number 91, Thunderspark Dragon. Number 17, Leviathan Dragon. Number 96, Dark Mist, which isn't difficult to summon. He plays such a massive part in the ZL anime. I didn't want to leave him out, but I've summoned this a few times. I can use Gaga Gardener, special summon it, then keep it for a turn. Normal summon Gaga Clark, special summon. Normal summon Gaga Kaiser, special summon Gaga Clark. Remove another Gaga Clark. All my full elf in the grave, and make them all level 2, and then make this. So that's 3 level 2 monsters. So it is viable, and I have done it a few times, and it is a brilliant number if I can get him out. I say the rest are pretty standard. This is really good. I like this deck, this card, and obviously this guy is pretty staple. I hope he doesn't get banned either. Then I have a couple of Leo Arms. Again, really, really powerful card. Excalibur. I love this guy. Again, very used to summon with Gaga, Clark and Kaiser. So as to remove a level 4, make Excalibur. Gaga Cowboy and Maystroke, the Symphony Jin. Very, very good sort of staple rank 4 Xyz. This guy will probably be removed for Zubaba General when he comes out, because I run a lot of warriors. I can equip him with things like Dojo Warrior then to pump him up to massive attack points, but I gotta wait for that to come out. So at the moment that's the extra deck, and that is my full Yuma theme deck. So please let me know what you guys think. I'm sorry for the wait, and I hope it wasn't a disappointment for you guys. As I say, I'm already working on version 6, which includes the rank up magics, but I want to make sure that that I can't wait for those to come out in TCG before I get those out to you. But in general, it's a very fun deck. I'm going to be uploading some videos with it soon, once me and Luke can meet up and have some games and the rest of the team. I hope you like it, and thanks ever so much for all your support with this deck. It's inspiring me to keep going with it, so keep posting, keep subscribing, keep liking and commenting. It's really, really nice to hear you guys and what you think of the decks. So thanks a lot, guys. Cheers.